Yo, what's up, everybody out there? It is Monster Core Arcade. Monster with an A, Core with a K, and Arcade with a K. Just doing a happy Easter video. Today is Easter. Hope everybody out there had a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. Yesterday the weather was 80-something degrees in New York, man. Oh my God, beautiful day. Perfect weather to go out and do something outside, not inside. I just want to show you the present state of the basement Monster Core Arcade. We have not been down here. As crazy as it might sound to some of you would be like, how could you not get down that basement? Why are you not all playing down there? I'm just going to tell you why, explain why. Number one, life is very fast, and it's hard to keep up with it, so we can't really stop sometimes and enjoy certain things yet, because I am in the midst of possibly retiring. There's me. There's Johnny Hardcore. Want to see a closer up of Johnny Hardcore? I finally shaved. The guns aren't back yet, but in time, this next couple of weeks, going to be in the Monster Core gym. Everything is Monster Core. The Monster Core yard gym, outside gym, in the backyard with Vanessa, my SHV, getting ourselves back into shape. And I'm also going to get my kids into working out. So, a few things about Monster Core and Monster Core Arcade, Johnny Hardcore. You know about our other channel, Monster Core, and that's Monster with any core of the key. Also, Monster Core is I would call it a holiday haunting channel, not just a Halloween channel, because we also do a holiday haunt after Halloween mostly for Christmas, but you could include Thanksgiving, but definitely Christmas, and then into the month of January. So we keep the animatronics up and take them down little by little. But so Monster Core is a holiday haunting channel, I would say, just for that niche, the topic of YouTube, because you need to stick to the algorithm. But these guys were all set up around the basement arcade, the basement Monster Core Arcade, for I don't know how many months, for a while, because just haven't had time to put them away. When you got school going on and you got a lot of things going on back and forth with the kids, your time is limited, And no matter how much super coffee you drink, there's only so much you could do. Going all off into this and that and everything else, just wanted to show you the current state of the Monster Core Arcade basement level, because we do have a garage level, which is full with only arcade games, not with any pinball machines. Pinball machines are worth a lot more than most arcade games, almost all arcade games, unless they're like a holy grail. And believe it or not, taking down pinball machines compared to some arcade games is a lot easier. They're a little heavy, but some of the arcade games are very heavy and bulky and not as easy to bring down the basement. So that's just something that I've learned, as you can see, over the years, since 2011, been collecting. As we pass by our clutter that's still here. Most of the clutter is not clutter, it's not garbage, it's kid stuff. A lot of it's monster trucks. And really on the fence of what we're going to do with a lot of this stuff. Very easily do a yard sale and, get rid of it for a very fair price. But as I've said before in other videos, that most of the toys that we have are hand-me-downs to my little guy, Jax, and even Noel, because these used to all be Jonathan and Tabby's toys when Five Nights at Freddy was huge, and they didn't have the movie out yet. It was just, the Roblox games and whatever games they had and YouTube videos, right? And all these little plushies and the Funko Pops. Now, last year? I'm pretty sure it was last year. I can't remember what day it is. Never mind last year. But the Five Nights at Freddy movie came out, so that was something cool to see with the kids. But anyway, having these things afterwards means something now, saving these things. I know they're worth money too. I know they have value, especially to a lot of collectors out there, even though these are out of the box and stuff like that. Actually, there was no box for these. A lot of them still have tags on them. Anyway, but I want to show you just the basement where we're at, right? And I want to show you what my plan is down the basement, which I've probably shown a few other times. This pool table needs to go. And it's going to either go to one of two places. One will be into storage. Okay, I have storage because we have all these animatronics, over 200 animatronics now, which is not out of control. It's controlled, okay? It's not out of control. There's a reason for it. We are doing a massive haunt this year. We're doing a walkthrough. We're going to charge admission. So, we're going to see how that goes. Last year we did it too, but we only did it on Halloween. This year we're going to charge admission the entire month of October, maybe even in September if we're completely set up and ready to go. And that'll be every weekend for people to walk through our haunt, through our property, and into our garage arcade, which will be part of the haunt, be part of the setup. There's going to be a tent set up this time. It's going to be a carnival tent, like a circus tent with a whole bunch of clown animatronics and other circus and carnival related animatronics like Barnaby the Bear, maybe even pick up that monkey Monty and whatever else. So that is the plan for this year. And from whatever point on, from probably the first day of November, after Halloween was over, we were already starting our collecting of animatronics and picking up all the discounts from Spirit Halloween, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever we could grab out there. We did very well. We got a plethora of Spirit Halloween animatronics, almost every single one from 2024. And then we also grabbed a bunch of other animatronics over the span of last year until last weekend when we picked up Georgie. Been grabbing as many as we can from Party City and Hollywood City because, as we all know, if you don't, you're living under a rock. Party City is finito, is done, it's bankrupt. So they are out of business. So in my opinion, any animatronic you can get from Party City and Halloween City, you need to get it now because eventually nobody will be wanting to sell it. And if you ever do want to buy it, they're going to be so much money, it's not worth buying it. So whenever I find an animatronic from Party City or Halloween City, I just jump on it and try to get it for the very fair price. Also, just wanted to share this one more time about the plugs. Something I found out not too long ago from Con Ed themselves, that if you have plugs plugged in, now I don't know if it goes for if you have like a whatchamacallit, what do they call those things? The outlets, the plugs. God, I can't remember how to determine this thing. You know what I'm talking about? This thing, it's this plug thing right here. That thing right there, right? Was it a stack? Plug stack? I don't know. Whatever the term is, tell me the term. Be like, oh, duh. But anyway, when you have things plugged into the wall, right? And even though they're off, they're still drawing energy. Now, I don't know if that goes for that because there's a switch. So maybe that's not true. Maybe if you have that, it's not drawing power. But I don't know if that's true or not. I have to look more into it. But from what I understood, if plugs are plugged into the wall, especially if these humongous games and pinball machines, they are constantly drawing power. So if you do own any of these things, pinballs or arcades, if you even have any kind of appliances that aren't being used, even a washer and dryer, unplug it, because it's constantly drawing, maybe in a microwave or I don't know what else you could have, a toaster or anything. We should slide off. I'm always whatchamacallit too with electricity. I always shut off lights. Something I always did. So now I'm really trying to save and conserve. Anyway, so I was telling you about my moves, and I showed you the two videos before of Jonathan and Jax playing on the TVs upstairs. Now, upstairs we don't have a really big house, even though we have 3 levels. It's very however you say it, it's every space is pretty much used. So what I want to do, and what I'm going to do very soon, get this pool table out of here. I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to throw it away. I'm not throwing it away. There's no way I'm throwing it away. I don't throw things away, as you can see. But this I would love to keep and restore it in the future, whenever it may be. Probably when we move to another home and then have a way bigger place than this. But that's not even on the radar right now to move because I still need to pay off my mortgage and need to tie up a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But before that happens, this pool table is going to go into storage or possibly someone else's house. Don't know who it's going to be yet. And definitely get it out of the basement. That's the number one thing to do. Unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of other bins underneath this pool table. So it's like the size of the pool table is so much more things to figure out what to do with and store or get rid of. You know, there could be a lot of things under there that could just go in the garbage. But no matter what, I'm going to figure that out. And I have to get another store. I have to get a bigger storage unit if they have a bigger storage unit, because then I could put the pool table in there, or just put this pool table in my shed upstairs in the whatchamacallit, on the side of the house, which would fit. But I'd have to take it apart and figure out how to do that in there. And there's a lot of things in there already. I'm already balls to the wall in that area of the house. So storage right now is tight. Everything is tight. So I'm gonna have to really do some figuring out the next couple of weeks what I'm doing with this and doing with that. But anyway, pinball machines are moving on too. I plan on going to this pinball show next weekend. I believe it is. Is it next weekend? No, it's the first week in May. So I plan on going to that show and selling a couple games. Definitely taking a couple pinball machines. Taking Elvira Scared Stiff. That's definitely going to go. I'm going to put it up for a very fair price, over $8,000. I don't know what other game I'm going to put up for sale. It's going to be probably one of these. I'm going to say it's going to be Pinbot, because I want to take a game that has value, not just like a $1,000 game. You know, this game to me is worth almost $5,000. So I'm probably going to take both of them, Pinbot and Scared Stiff. And if either one of them sell, it's a good hit. It's a good sell. This black hole right here is also for sale. Honestly, all 4 of these games are for sale, because not that I don't care about them, but it's just black hole. I don't know. It just could go. Someone's interested in it, but I need to do some work to it to make it work. But that's hopefully going to happen the next couple of, maybe this week. But yeah, pinball games are being sold. So my point of this video is to say Happy Easter, number one, to everybody. Okay, keep it current. But like I was saying about this pool table being sold or not being sold, being stored. And you could, anybody out there could also say, why don't you sell it? Not many people want to buy a pool table, I don't think. I've been looking online. I see them all over the place. They're free. So, I mean, I don't know how much I would get for this. I mean, this is a classic pool table. It has like what's that say on there? Baltic Industries. Flamenco 3. Let me take a picture of that. I like to know that for myself. See what these things go for. But anyway, I did restore a pool table before, and I know what it takes. You have to redo the rubbers, the bumpers, they call them, I guess. And then you have to also redo the slate, redo the felt, which is nothing. It's just getting a nice piece of felt and stretching it over it and then beeswaxing it to the underneath. That could happen. And I would, of course, change the color to a nice, what I would do, like a blue, like a nice dark blue, electric blue. Definitely not red and not green. As much as I remember having like one of those like blue green, I would call it, maybe lighter blue green. It was nice, it was a nice shade, right? And then having the red one was a change too, because I was always used to playing on a green pool table. They used to have the royal oak blue green, I think it was called, or forest green. It was nice to play on a green pool table, but then having a red one was cool, changed it up. But the next time I, do anything with a pool table, I would like to make it blue. I think it would be really, just light up. I don't know. That's how I feel. But anyway, pool table gone. All the stuff that's underneath it, figured out what to do with, thrown away, stored, sold, whatever. And then in this area right here, I think I have to see how this is going to fit, because this pole here really messes things up. I might want to see if I can move it, but I think it's in the ground, so I can't. It's too much to do unless I get another one and put it like here, which wouldn't really matter that much. I don't think it would probably not make a difference. I'd have to get an engineer in here to see. It would be a little bit to do, honestly, this whole move here. But to get this pole out of here, which I don't know if it's full of concrete, which I don't think it is, but then put it over here would really help because it's in the way. You know what I mean? It's in the way. I mean, I know it's for the integrity of the house, which is to keep the house from falling and sagging. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, it probably is because it's an I-beam. I don't really know how that goes. But, and you can see there's like these other things here that might also matter. I don't know what they're called exactly. They might be called hooks or I-beam hooks or I-beam somethings, braces. But just looking at it right now, right? If this could be taken out and moved over or getting another one and moving it over, that'd be a sick move. But imagine the whole house caving in on me and when it's being done, that would not be a good move. So that would have to be done correctly by someone that's an actual engineer, a builder or something like that. But whatever, just talking out loud. But, even if it doesn't happen, I don't mind having this walkway here, right? But again, the goal is to put a nice flat screen here, a big one, right? And there's a couple of them. There's one upstairs that could be put down here. There's, they don't cost that much money. If you really just want like a 65, you can get one for like less than $500, which would be perfect enough size, right? And I would probably even consider getting 2 flat screens down here, right? Put one here and one there so that when the kids game, one could play on one could play on the other. As stupid as it sounds, it's not stupid because these kids are gaming. And you got my son and my John in one room, in his room, and then Jax is in the living room. And, we don't really want gaming in the living room because then it takes away from adult time. And I want this basement used. I want these kids to come down here. I want them to play down here. I want them to play gaming, and then I'm going to come down here when they're gaming and play pinball and fix pinball and play video games. And then, little by little, they'll probably do the same things and play the pinballs and arcades as well. Get that claw machine going. Fix that, that little wood thing down there that I did my mistake. Make other games usable and playable, make the play space more playable. And just utilize this house, and enjoy this house. That's just my goal for for as long as I'm here. And I've been doing things. I'm not going to say that I haven't done nothing. You can see how much I've done down here. Getting these games down here alone is a lot. And you can't imagine what this basement looked like before, one of these games came down here. The pinball machine, the pool table came with the house, but everything else, this is all me. And this basement was not wide open like this. There was paneling and walls and little closets and wasted space and a humongous oil tank and a slop sink that was rusted out. An old washer and dryer, I think, was down here. I got rid of those. I actually had a washer and dryer down here when we had a tenant upstairs when I first moved in. And then once I decided that, we were to take over the entire house when the lady moved out, I utilized upstairs. I have the washer and dryer upstairs. And I just figured, why have a washer and dryer down the basement when you just make it the arcade? And I did. That's what I did. Saved a lot of space. It's that whole space right there. Those 3 pinball machines was a washer and dryer, And then over here, I actually had a really good system. I had a wall-hung water heater or boiler, and it was right there, right? And then I actually had room for another arcade game. And then, had a whole issue with the water heater or boiler, whatever it was, and had carbon monoxide poisoning and all that stuff. So whatever. We're good where we're at right now. I had to make an executive decision on this thing right here, and it wasn't paying, wasn't going near the Renai water heater again. Nightmare, not Renai, what was it? Nightmare Lochinvar water heater system. Just no good. When it conks out, it's no good. So, all right. Anyway, let me go back upstairs and show you what these kids are doing. Let me shut the light off. And this day is winding down too, so I got to enjoy the rest of this day as I can because tomorrow there's school, and I have to take Jax back to the known. But let me show you what these kids are doing. Hold on one second, everybody. That's my mom. She just became an animatronic. Look, when we do Halloween again, you have to hold this tray, right? And you have to say, trick or treat. Happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
She's wearing this hat just to bring it upstairs for me.
Okay, here you go.
And also, it's funny that this weekend is not only Easter, but it's also WrestleMania. Jax, what does that guy say? What does he say? What does he say? He goes, "Ooh, so yeet, yeet." Yeet. Yeah, Jay Uso won the championship belt. That was really awesome to see because he won the crowd with his chant. Yeet, yeet. All right. So anyway, this is the reason why everything has to be moved down the basement because I want both of these kids right here, Jackson, Jonathan, and then whoever else comes over, even Noel, to go down the basement instead of sitting in rooms and like this, right? You see all the animatronics Jonathan has, and I broke Jonathan's TV too, man. That's my bad. This TV was a good TV. I won it from a Super Bowl. Came from my mom's house, my mom and dad's co-op, because grandma lives with me now. And this TV was fine. Jonathan didn't really like it at first, and he was like, all right, I'll just keep it. It's a free TV, right? And then I needed to take out the lights from the ceiling, those LED lights that are wrapped around every ceiling in the house, right? And I started pulling them out, and I pulled it out. Whack! Freaking U-nail goes right into the TV, right there, right in that spot right there. See it? Zap. And that was that. That was my fault. And now I wasn't the only one to destroy the TV because Jonathan was so excited one day, right? I was outside doing something and he was in his room and he went boom and he smashed the TV down there, right in the corner. I don't know what he hit it with. Maybe probably the remote control of the game. Do you remember what it was? He smashed the TV with something and he had it in his hand. And then he was like, then he felt terrible after he did it. And didn't know what to say to him. He was just so like, I don't even think the TV worked after that, right?
It did. It worked.
It still worked, or it had like a glitch though.
It worked, but it was like cracked.
It was very bad. Yeah, it was unusable. And now he plays on his TV and he doesn't even care. I said to him, we'll get you another TV because his birthday just passed in March, right? He's like, nah, I don't care right now. Don't worry about it. So, but anyway, that's that. See all our logos that Jonathan has on his wall right here. This is where it began. Then we had Gordo, the Gordo version. Then we had the, what was that, Driven? I don't know, the one with Gran Turismo with Hopper. Then we had that one. Then we have Gordo again. Actually, no Gordo, just the pumpkin. And then Goblino. And then last year's with the Spectre Flame. Jonathan said you're about to win. Pay attention. You're about to win. Go, play. Help him win. See, now we're all into the Minecraft thing, as you can see. Minecraft everywhere. This is like so old. And this little thing of Steve right here. No, actually, this is Alex, right? Alex. So Minecraft movie just came out. And it was fantastic. And what was the best part of Minecraft movie? Chicky jockey. Ah! Throw the things in the air. Ah! Popcorn flying, slushies flying into the screen, and drinks and live chickens and everybody going nuts and people getting arrested because they were enjoying a movie. Yes, it was awesome.
No, not actually. The favorite part was Flint and Steel. Because you know what everybody actually did?
Flint and Steel?
Somebody bringing a whole entire firework.
Oh, that's not good. You can't do that in a movie theater, yeah. But we got some cool figures for Easter, right? Who'd you get now?
Enderman.
What are these guys' names? Okay, Enderman,
Steve Zombie.
Steve. Wait, Steve?
Yeah.
That's Steve
No,
right there?
no, this is
Oh, that's Steve. I know it is. And then there's Zombie. And they also made a Steve. There's a Steve figure we have to get, which we might get today at Walmart. We're going to go to Walmart before we drop you off to the Upside Down. What is this at the bottom? His teleporting powers? That's when he teleports.
Do you know what they did that for?
What?
For teleport time.
Oh, you have to teleport time? All right, so tell everybody, Jax, you have to play the game. You got to win. Come on, pay attention. Jax, win the game with Jonathan. This is it. This is what you played for. That's why you play the game. You play to win the game. You know who said that? A really, really good coach who has his own way.
Jonathan, we each get 3, and one of us have to get the last egg.
All right, so I'll just take you on one little last tour of the house, the house of Monster Core, and then I'm going to say good day. Bid you all good day and good Easter. As we had 2 Easter egg hunts with my neighbors and Noelle, my niece. There's our flyer that we're going to do soon. Really wanted to do it like yesterday, but we couldn't. It just the day just was great. We did a lot yesterday, but we couldn't do everything. And we had to end the night like 11 o'clock or 2 or so because today had to be an early day. So we didn't do no fire. Been waiting to do this fire, but it's all good. We compost too, all-time eggshells in our Garden of Eden right here. All this grass and stuff will be dug up very soon. Whatever. But the kitchen sink, quads that don't work, a vase. This right here is our, would hopefully be the couch that's gonna go in the basement, most likely. So that's gonna be going down soon. Clutter's gonna be gone soon. A lot of things will be put up, gotten rid of, stored, whatever. Plan on painting the bottom of the house blue, nice monster core blue, to bring out some summer, some blue skies underneath the garage and the shed too. All around the house, the perimeter is going to be painted underneath. Going to be painted the dark blue color, like almost like a truck. So just to bring out some more beautifulness. Maybe even paint the windows blue, but I mean that's a lot of work to go on ladder up there. I need an extension ladder. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I would like to do it. I don't see myself doing it. But even if we just paint the bottom of the house blue, that's good enough. You know, got to be realistic. Maybe even paint this wonderful, beautiful door blue, too, and my garage door blue, the bigger one, just to make the house nicer. And then paint this door blue and the front of the house blue, just to change it up. Paint these rails blue, stuff like that. All right, I'll leave you with the sun on 420. I know what that means, and I have no interest in anything to do with 420 anymore. The only thing I will do is maybe have some L, and that's that. If you're doing your 420, enjoy it, but it doesn't make you focus. So, all right, everybody, watch WrestleMania later on. Watch Cody Rhodes and John Cena, and I think John Cena is going to win the belt. That's what I feel. I think something's going to happen tonight on WrestleMania. I don't know who's going to come out, but someone's going to come out, and I think turn heel, and then John Cena's going to win his 17th championship. I think that's what I prognosticate, as the birds eat all the stuff that I give them, my friends. Every time I have crumbs, bread, crust, pizza crust, stuff like that, old chips, I always throw it on top of the roofs, and then all the birds come and say thanks, like those guys. Later, birds. Hang Easter. Gotta love the sound healing of the chims and the sirens. You always hear sirens around here, you know why? Because we have a highway not too far away. Yeah, that sun is beautiful. 2808, end of the video.